We now know the results of the proportion of the 2022 Baseball Hall of Fame vote. David Ortiz was elected to the Hall of Fame on his first ballot. No one else got 75% of the vote. This was the 10th and final voting cycle on the Hall of Fame ballot for a trio of controversial Hall of Fame candidates who have gotten pretty close to induction, trickling down to a fourth who was it. Barry Bonds, 66%, Roger Clemens, 65%, and Curt Schilling, 58.6%, have all fallen short of the 75% threshold required for induction into the Hall. Sammy Sosa was also in his 10th year, though he has never even gotten to 20%, it was 18.5% this year. As such, the four fall off the ballot for the 2023 voting cycle. The period of time a player used to be eligible to sit on the Hall of Fame ballot was 15 years, but the Hall of Fame knocked it down to 10 years in 2014, seemingly in light of worries from some Hall of Famers over Bonds and Clemens, and their pet ties, possibly getting in. Interestingly, we aren't done discussing any of these guys. In fact, we might not even get a year off. There is another route into the Hall aside from the vote, the so-called Veterans Committees. This past December, the early baseball era committee selected Buck O'Neil and Bud Fowler, while the Golden Days era committee tabbed Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva and Gil Hodges as Hall of Famers in the 2022 class. This coming December, the Today's Game committee will vote at the winter meetings. Via the Hall of Fame website, here's the task of that committee. Guess what players will be no longer eligible on the election but also had their greatest contributions from 1988 to 2016?